What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. And for today's WWE news video, holy shit, we actually have some very interesting pieces of news to talk about with you guys, including the latest on Kevin Owens being injured. When did that happen? Why? How? When did it happen? How did it happen? We're about to find out in today's video. And apparently, WWE is offering Stone Cold Steve Austin another match? Wonder what that's about. Apparently a former NXT champion set to go from one brand to the next. Who could it be? And this first one I'm not going to be talking about is probably one of the most groundbreaking pieces of news I've ever brought up, and that is a potential dream match involving Logan Paul. But the question is, who does he want to face? Well, we're about to find out in today's video. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hang on, guys. My phone. Sorry, guys. My phone was acting weird. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to see more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And make sure you guys check out the community tab. I posted a few posts on there, so make sure you guys check them out. Leave some likes on there, post comments, and also too, if you guys have not checked out yesterday's video, I actually did a Sky Striker deck profile. So if you guys want to check that out, it should be the previous video, and the deck list is on my Instagram. Link to my IG will be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it. So apparently Logan Paul teased on social media that apparently he wants to have a match with 16-time world champion John Cena. Now apparently in a recent interview with Louise Dangor of Give Me Sport, big shout out, no copyrights as always, Russell Votes said that he would be making that Cena would be making an appearance at next year's WrestleMania, which will be taking place here in my hometown of LA, which is awesome. And apparently there's been reports saying that he should be wrestling at the event. So we don't know exactly who he'll be facing, but it's most likely it's probably going to be Logan Paul. But speaking of Logan Paul, he sent out a tweet giving, using the shift eyes emoji, which was indicating that he was interested in being John Cena's opponent, which honestly would be pretty interesting. Excuse me. Given the fact that when it comes to John Cena, he will. It's one of two things. It's either A, Cena will get you over with the fans, or he'll take his trusty golden shuffle and just bury your ass. Just shovel your ass into some dirt and just bury you. That's basically John Cena. Roman Reigns, he'll just bury you. He don't give a fuck who the hell you are. He will bury your ass, which that's Roman Reigns for you. But obviously we know that Logan Paul is no stranger to big marquee matches because of what happened at Crown Jewel, facing off against Reigns for the undisputed Universal title in the main event, which was a hell of a performance for Logan Paul. Hell of a performance. But he was actually praised after that, which was pretty crazy. And it was his third match ever. But we do know that he is still recovering from the injuries that he sustained in the match against Reigns at Crown Jewel, which included a torn meniscus, and MCL, and potentially ACL in his right. I believe he said it was his right knee, or maybe his left knee. I don't remember which knee it was. But apparently Logan Paul isn't the only one who wants to face John Cena, because apparently both LA Knight and Austin Theory have both said the exact same thing, that they both want to fight John Cena. Which, honestly, it's interesting because we know that Cena has not wrestled since SummerSlam of last year, where it was him against Roman Reigns for the Universal title, not the Undisputed title, just the Universal title. It's possible that we could see this match come to light, but who knows? There's really no telling if this match will take place. But if it does take place, I can guarantee you, John Cena will do whatever he can to get Logan Paul over, because here's the thing, there are a lot of fans in the WWE universe that boo him, not because of how good he is in the ring, but because of the fact that he's a social media icon turned WWE superstar. Which obviously I know that if I got signed to WWE, obviously I would get booed. I already know that, and if I get signed, I am well prepared for that. And eventually, eventually I will get over with the fans. If I got signed, if you guys want to see me get signed to WWE, let your voices be heard. Let it be known on social media. Post it. Let the world know. And who knows? Maybe we can actually see it happen. But with this matchup, I could definitely see it happening, but not at WrestleMania. I don't think it'll happen at WrestleMania. Excuse me. And the reason why, I think it's just because of the fact that when it comes to having knee injuries, you're usually out for about 6 to 10 months easily. So let's see. So let's see. November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, there's May. Yeah, so it'll probably be until next September is when we could see Logan Paul back in the ring. But knowing Logan Paul, he's a fighter. He is a fighter. He will fight through the pain and potentially compete in the Royal Rumble match, which honestly I could definitely see that happening. But there's really no telling what Logan Paul will have in store for WWE in 2023 next year. Only time will tell. But we do now have to shift gears to a former NXT champion switching brands, and you guys are wondering, who is that? It is none other than Robert Roode. And now you guys are wondering why him. So he's been out for quite a while. He's been out since the summer, and apparently he's going to be switching from Raw to SmackDown once he is cleared to compete. Apparently he's been dealing with an injury, and he's hoping to come back pretty soon. And according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, big shout out, no copyrights as always. Robert Roode was spotted in Birmingham, Alabama, and apparently and apparently WWE and apparently sources had informed had informed Johnson that he was gonna be back in WWE very shortly. Excuse me. And apparently there's been talks about Roode being a part of the SmackDown roster when he comes back to WWE. And you guys know that the last few years or so, he had been teaming up with Dolph Ziggler, winning both the Raw and the SmackDown tag team titles, which it has been awesome. But I think his time as a tag team champion, that time is done. I think it's time for him to go back to singles competition and try to potentially go for some gold, which is a possibility. But we know that Dolph has been making sporadic appearances on Raw as a singles competitor. Being in the ring with guys like Finn Balor and guys like Austin Theory, teaming up with guys like AJ Styles to combat against Judgment Day. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, and apparently Roode underwent surgery at some point in the last few months. There's no details on what happened, what the surgery was about, but we know that it was troubling Roode for quite some time, and he had to be put on the shelf because of it. And the last time he was in the ring, he actually was in a match with where he was at it was actually at a house show this past June against Omos, and the last time he was on TV, it was actually a part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the final SmackDown before WrestleMania. So it's been quite a while. It's been quite a while since we've seen him. But honestly, I'm very curious as to what we can expect, because I know that recently we've seen, especially on NXT, we saw not just in NXT, but in several live events, we've seen Roode bring back his old glorious theme, which spectating that we could see the glorious Bobby Roode instead of Robert Roode back in the ring, and he could potentially become a babyface, which is a possibility. But who knows? Who knows? Only time will tell. But if you guys don't know, his career actually dates all the way back to 1998. So, where he competing in Toronto, competing all over the world until he went to TNA, where he was a part of the faction known as Team Canada, and then eventually teaming up with James Storm as part of the tag team known as Beer Money, which was a hell of a team, very entertaining team, very very successful team. And then eventually, Roode became TNA World Champion, turning his back on Storm, and it was just it was insane. But now that he's under the WWE banner, he's been very impressive. He had an impressive run as NXT champion, 202 days, which is awesome. a three-time tag team champion, former U.S. champion, and a former 24/7 champion as well. Actually, the second 24/7 champion in history, which was kind of a again it was the 24/7 title, so you really couldn't expect much out of it. But honestly, having Roode come back to WWE and being a part of SmackDown, I think would really do him justice because of the fact that with him as a tag team champion, it just didn't, especially even before the surgery, before he had to take time off, it really wasn't working out so well because when they lost the SmackDown tag team titles to the Mysterios last year in 2021, their careers just went downhill. Everything went downhill, and it just did not work out. So I think having him on SmackDown will be a nice change of pace for Robert Roode, which honestly it's possible, but we don't really know exactly when. There's been a lot of rumors that we could see him back in WWE as early as the Royal Rumble, which is a possibility, but we don't really know exactly. But we do now have to shift gears, because apparently WWE has offered Stone Cold Steve Austin another match. Question is why? So if you guys don't know, or don't remember, earlier this year in the main event of, I believe, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Saturday, we saw Kevin Owens personally invite Stone Cold Steve Austin to be a part of WrestleMania, which, looking back on my card book, in your house, Backlash, here we are. Yeah, basically we saw Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a no-hold-barred match, which was insane. I never thought I would ever get the chance to see a match involving Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've seen it in DVDs, and on the WWE, on the WWE network, but when we had the network, of course. But that was it. That was just it. And I got the chance to watch it live on TV, which was insane. And apparently now WWE wants him back again. So apparently, according to Fightful Select, big shout out, no copyrights as always. They reported that under the Triple H era, apparently WWE offered Austin to come back to wrestle another match. Apparently, and although Vince McMahon wanted to make this a reality, apparently the new WWE team has gone so far as to putting in an offer together, and there's no word on whether or not Austin will actually take it. So we know that, as we know that that he competed this past year against Kevin Owens in a no-holds-barred match, and he won, of course. Apparently the offer was for Stone Cold to compete at either WrestleMania next year, or potentially at one of WWE's Saudi Arabian events, which is a possibility, but we don't really know. However, we do know that, and I even seen it myself, especially on his Instagram, that apparently he's been working out a lot as of late. So it's a possibility we could see him back in the ring, but given the neck injuries, given the knee injuries, the spinal surgeries, we don't really know if it's gonna work out because of the fact that Stone Cold has had far too many injuries, especially from when he was a part of ECW. Because you guys know when it came to ECW, one wrong move and you're pretty much just done. You're pretty much just done. But one of Austin's most infamous injuries was against Owen Hart. Because if you guys don't remember or don't know, there was I don't remember the event because I know I've seen it on social media, but it was Owen Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Owen Hart hit a pile driver on Owen Hart. Owen Hart hit a pile driver on Austin, which broke his neck, and he was out for literally a year. Came back even stronger, and he knew that, and even Austin knew that he was on borrowed time, but yet he still wrestled damn near every single week, or at least every couple weeks or so. You know, competing in damn near every single premium live event, winning championships left and right. And his last match in WWE prior to this past year's WrestleMania was literally 19 years ago in inside Safeco Field in Seattle at WrestleMania 19 against The Rock, which was basically Raw's main event and SmackDown's main event, which was actually Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle for the WWE title. So it's possible that we could see Austin compete again, but there's no telling. There's really no telling if it will happen. If it does happen, odds are it's probably going to end in a losing effort, but there's really no telling. Really no telling. But since we're on the topic of Kevin Owens, we got to talk about him. So we haven't seen him in quite some time, and you guys are wondering what's going on with Kevin Owens. Well, we actually have an update on that, which I will get to in just a bit. But apparently, Kevin Owens took place was a part of a house show in Madison, Wisconsin, at the Alliant Energy Center, and apparently, Matt Blauston, big shout out to him, no copyrights as always, noted that Kevin Owens has appeared to have suffered a knee injury during a match against Austin Theory. And apparently, Kevin Owens is said to have had to have jammed his knee after he dropped from a turnbuckle, then hit the mat while holding his right knee, and talking to the referee, saying that it was his knee and whatnot. Although he was able to pick up the victory over Austin Theory, we now have an update on that, and apparently the update is that Kevin Owens has indeed suffered a knee injury, and it's apparently a sprained MCL over that weekend, and we don't really know exactly how long he'll be out of action for, but if it's only just a sprain, if it's only a sprain, let it heal on its own. Hit the gym, get back on the grind. I say be back within the next couple months. I presume, which is a possibility, but only time will tell. We don't really know, but honestly, shoutouts to Kevin Owens. Here's to him potentially getting well soon. Can't wait to have him back in the ring. But that brings me to the question of the day. Do you guys want actually let me I have a better question. Let me rephrase the question. If Stone Cold does compete again Who do you guys want to see him face, and where? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and make sure you guys follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. I know I said to smash that thumbs up button twice, but figured I'd give you guys the heads up to smash that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed it. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.